Welcome to the July 1st, 2024 Advanced Report for McGowan Group clients and NetWorthRadio.com listeners. Top financial surprises of 2024 so far. Wow! S&P 500, driven by AI mania and weight loss mania, registers a 16% gain in the first half of the year. Wow! Not to be outdone, the NASDAQ up 18% because it's a bunch of tech stocks, NVIDIA driving it with a huge gain, Supermicro actually up over 200% so far this year. But as you can see right here, it is a frenzy of a bull market. Won't last forever, and the Dow's a respectable 5% so far this year. Let's see what's next. Here we go. This is the NVIDIA 150% gain. Even Austin-based Dell Technologies up over 100% so far this year because they do the server rooms. This looks like it could last a while, kind of like the 1990s PC revolution, internet adoption, and it drove productivity increases, which drove profits. And it lasted a lot longer than people expected. Something will bring this to a close, but I did want to cover here Roaring Kitty. Social media phenom had all the Robinhood traders all excited about 3 years ago, and they drove GameStop to some ridiculous price. Well, Roaring Kitty roared back after 3 years of silence, and he posted a bunch of cryptic movie shots. And of course, they drove GameStop from below 10 to 65. Wow, and the company loses money. So they sold more stock to other investors. Now they got $4 billion in cash and a crappy business. Wow, so it settled back down to $25. We'll see what happens there. The other Roaring Kitty that was just absolutely hilarious, he posts one afternoon a picture of a dog. Now, all the social media Robinhood traders went and bought Chewy. They drove it up 34% in about an hour and a half. Then, by the time it opened, it was back down 2% from where the whole thing started. Picture of a dog. You know, that shouldn't be the basis of an investment decision. So let's look at some more responsible things. These are bonds. Federal Reserve, sticky inflation, plus the Fed hates rallies because the market effect, people are happy with the returns and so they go buy stuff and you get more inflation. So they said, oh no, you don't get your first half rate cut, it's delayed. You guys are much too happy. So they said it's going to be somewhere in the second half. That was another big financial surprise in the first half of 2024. By the way, I'm Spencer McGowan, your financial weatherman. Thank you for tuning in. I'm also president, McGowan Group Wealth Management. We serve affluent families right from the Crescent in Dallas. We're great at Zoom meetings to complete an updated plan, or better yet, you come down, meet the team, get a tour, and see if we can help you. Now, 47%, that is Bitcoin. But this is the biggest fizzle of the year, okay? You see this run up because exchange-traded funds are going to make it easy to buy Bitcoin, so there's going to be billions of dollars flowing in. Sure enough, runs to 74,000. Wow! That was just over the peak of 21 before it went from 70,000 to below 20. Ouch! Well, everybody piles in again. Now here we are. Now the exchange-traded funds are just supposed to pull that money in. Predictions of 100,000, 150,000. Kathy Wood said $1.5 million per coin. Well, it's 61,000. That's one of the biggest fizzles of the first half of the year. What's a more responsible asset? Well, in this case, not solar. Solar got baked. Array down 37%. Their CEO resigned. SolarEdge down big too. And their CEO resigned. I'm not sure what's going on, but CFO. When your CFO resigns, Chief Financial Officer, you got some splaining to do. Ooh, ouch. Okay, it's a little more responsible here. This is oil year to date, 14%. Those of you that are subscribers, you know what we've been saying is a lot of these companies were trading at 5, 6, and now 7 times cash flow. Wow, and you get a big dividend and it's rising. Oil's up 14% so far this year. Well, what happens at this price? You don't need a Middle East crisis to drive the price. You don't need a big spike in oil. The companies are making a lot of money, and when they compare second quarter earnings to last year, here at the end of July, those are going to look pretty good. Some of them potentially show double-digit gains. Now, when the Fed cuts the rates, it's going to be good for some bonds, but I've got a surprise for you next time, and that is there may be, for some bonds, something that you didn't expect to the downside, and some bonds could do quite well. And I'll dissect that for you in a future episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in today to Net Worth Media. We also have Apple Podcast. Simply type in Net Worth Radio and boom, it'll hit your phone right then. If you also go to networthradio.com on a browser, you're going to be able to meet the team. You can see our performance track record, the model portfolios that go with today's broadcast. Also at networthradio.com, the longer play podcast is available there as well. We're grateful that you've tuned in. Remember, when we talk about a security, it doesn't make it a recommendation for your portfolio until we actually complete a written plan for you by Zoom or in office or simply a conference call. So you reach us at networthradio.com if you want to get that arranged. Market fluctuations and how to handle them. We build high cash flow portfolios, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results, so you do have to be ready for challenging markets. We can build more cash flow during challenging markets than we can when everybody's happy and everything's up, which is when we tend to raise tactical safety. Those allocation strategies are here at networthradio.com. Thank you for tuning in.